But there's a really crazy thing with this lock. So this key, although it works in both of the keyholes there, on this side, it deadbolts it from the inside. In other words, once I close this door, even though I have the key, I was locked inside. This is insane. This is the pretty little island of Fourni, where lots of things have been going wrong today. Yasas Kalimera, how's it going? Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. Currently 82 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 28 degrees Celsius. So I am back on Fourni Island. I was here last fall, and when I was here, then I tried to visit the nearby island of Thimina. There is a boat that goes back and forth. It is literally like 5 or 10 minutes. And right there, you can see the mountains on Thimina. But I wasn't able to visit it then because the boats weren't going as a result of high winds. I stayed here, I think, 3 nights at the same place where I am staying now. Good deal there. And so I just wasn't able to get over there. Continued on with my Greek adventures last fall, and had it in mind to come back sometime and try to get over there again. Things are not working out once again this time. I will explain what's going on in a minute. Just wanted to show this bizarre scene. So abandoned cars, look at this one. And then stairs to nowhere. What is going on with this? So I came up here because I was trying to get to a little church that I saw on the hill. But obviously this is not the right way. So I'm going to go back down into town and attempt from another way just to get a view and something to see, especially since my plans for the day have been altered. And then there you have strange little cave. I'm guessing a natural spring that maybe now isn't really flowing. Anyways, let's walk back down into the cute little town of Fourni, the main town. I think that there is another village elsewhere on the island, yes, that I saw the last time that I was here. And so, hello. For one thing, I was happy to come back because Fourni is a very nice island. So I booked 3 nights again at the place where I'm staying there. But the ferries are imperfect, and I have a ferry booked for tomorrow afternoon because there wasn't a good one the next day. But I'm not sure at this point if I'm going to take it or not. I have some thinking to do. So I'm going to tell the story of getting here, which was a little bit of a stressful situation last night. So took a ferry from Patmos Island that left at 7:30 in the evening, and it took 2.5 hours to get here. I had booked my accommodation that same morning, so yesterday morning, right before checking out of where I was staying on Patmos Island. Then I rented a car and explored around the island as I showed. Yasas. And then dropped off the car and got on a ferry. Now, I had explained when I had booked the accommodation that I would be arriving between 10 and 11 p.m. On booking.com, it asks you your arrival time to the place where you're going to be staying. And so I'd indicated 10 to 11 p.m. I had also written a note that I would be arriving late on the ferry. And then after that, I also wrote a direct message through the booking.com app to the accommodation here, Georgia Studios, indicating the ferry that I was going to be on and the arrival time of the ferry. But I never heard back from them yesterday during the day, and so that definitely left me a little bit concerned. Okay, where did the church go? Now it's disappeared. It's back behind these buildings, and it looked like it would give a nice view, and also just a little mission to embark on. So let's try another alley over here. And so the ferry was right on time, leaving and arriving here at 10:05 p.m. last night. But I still hadn't heard anything from the accommodation. So considering the arrival time of the ferry, and also the fact that where I'm staying isn't a hotel, there's no reception desk, then it was expected that there would be somebody waiting for me when I got off the ferry, but nobody was there. Okay, is this going to do it? Let's get on the other side of this car. Okay, so where the heck did that church go? Is it that way or that way? Now I'm not sure because I can't see it. So I walk off the ferry, nobody waiting there for me. Since I've been here before, then I know how to get there, and then I've got it plugged into Google Maps anyways. But I'm definitely feeling rather concerned that I'm going to get there and nobody around. Huh. Can we at least get a view of the church? Where did it go? What's going on? Where's that church? Bizarre. Huh. So I walk over to the place there, and it's all dark, nobody around. I can't remember where the owners lived, and so I go up some stairs to the rooms, and then there's a window wide open, which I happen to look into, and there's two people lying on the bed there in the dark, but I can kind of see them. And so I kind of say like hello, and then they respond, and they're okay with me bothering them. And so I ask them about checking in, and they say go around the back, up the street, kind of behind that building, and that's where the people live apparently. So I go around. All right, well, let's try these steps here. But then I'm not seeing which place they might live, because there are a number of different buildings there. But I can hear a TV on, and so I basically start speaking very loudly, saying yasas, yasas. And then the people that are watching the TV hear me, and a man says, "Nay," and I say, "Georgia Studios," and they say, "Nay, nay," and then basically he says he's going to call. He doesn't really speak any English, but he understands. I'm trying to check in, Georgia Studios. Oh, okay. This is not working either. But where the heck did that church go? Ay, ay, ay. So he says 5 minutes in English, and so I wait. 10 or 15 minutes later, then the man comes who I recognize from when I was here last fall, and he gets me into my room. So all good there. Now, as I mentioned, the mission for this visit here to Fourni was to get over to Thamana Island, but I didn't know the times of the boats going over there. And so when I was walking over to the room, then I stopped at the harbor, because when I'd been here before, there had been a boat sitting there with the schedule plastered on the window. And so when I tried to go there the last time, I showed up at the right time, but then the boat wasn't going because of the wind. And so when I walked past here yesterday evening, then I walked over to the harbor to try to find that boat and see if I could see the schedule, but I didn't see it there. So I gave up on that. I was totally wiped out. And got to my room, eventually got checked in and everything, and went to sleep. I did not want to wake up to an alarm this morning, so I just slept. And so there are these stairs going up to that, which I'm also curious to go up to, but there's something else that now I can't see at all. It's just totally disappeared. So let's go for this, and from there we should definitely get a view of the church up there. And there goes the wind. So basically I wake up 9:30 this morning, but just wasn't ready to get going. By the time I actually got out of there, all packed up and everything as I am now, then it was 12 noon. And so I come into the harbor area there and am looking around for the boat and not finding it. I ask around. Turns out normally there would be a boat going at 1 p.m. and so I would have been right on time. But there is a disruption of the ferry service for 10 days for some sort of servicing, they said, like maybe of the boat or I don't know what. But the boat is not running for 10 days. The one that goes back and forth from here to there. There is a ferry, a larger ferry, that goes over there at 7 in the morning. And then I guess there's another one that comes back at 4 in the afternoon. Problem is, I have the ferry booked leaving here tomorrow afternoon at 3:45 or 4 o'clock or something. And so that won't work unless I change my plans, leave the next day. And then I was looking at accommodation over there, nothing on booking.com, and also I couldn't see any hotels, guest houses, anything looking on Google Maps. So there might not be any accommodation over there, because I was thinking, well, I could take the 7 a.m. ferry over there, stay for a night, assuming that there's another ferry leaving. Anyway, there we go. A good view of Thamana Island, which you could practically swim to, or at least somebody could. Not me, especially with these waves. Like from over there, it's much narrower. But anyways, obviously that is not a realistic option. But it is so close and yet so far. So I guess that is the only village there. It looks really interesting. For being a small island, it's got a big mountain on it, and there's a fair amount to explore over there. So I'm very curious to get to it, but so far that is eluding me. But not entirely impossible because I guess there is this 7 a.m. ferry. I'm not sure if it goes every day. So, point being, I'm not sure what's happening yet, if I'm going to make whatever extreme effort might be required to get over there, shift my plans around, etc. I have today now to think about it and decide what I want to do. So, all right, here we are getting up to what looks like maybe a lighthouse, or is it a bar? Okay, there's the church. Oh man. So it's farther to the left, not to the right, but I cannot see how you would get there from here. Huh, now I'm super intrigued. Let's take a quick look here. Looks like everything's all boarded up, abandoned. Could this have been like a little bar? Hangout area here. A drinks or snacks area. Yeah, I think it must be like a, not necessarily a restaurant, but serving drinks and snacks and stuff. All right, well, I'm still determined to try to get over to that church there. So let's go down the other steps over here. All right, so I just rented a scooter here for 16 euros for a day. And there you can see the church very clearly. But getting up there is definitely a bit of a mystery. So first, I'm going to grab some snacks and munch on a little something, and then commence the exploring for the day. This is the nice pedestrian walking street with restaurants and shops, the ferry ticket office, cafe, bar, watermelons, and a store here. And there's that mystery church once again hiding from me in plain sight. All right, got some munchies, 10 euros, that's about $11–12 for. You got some peanut butter cookies, some crackers, some cheese, a couple of bananas, almond milk, and then I have some leftover peanuts in the bag there. So this is not the little church on the hill. This is a little church on another hill right near my room there. I stopped by to drop off some of the leftover food, and then just happened to see this as I was about to leave. Walked up here. There was a key in the door so that I could open it, but there's a really crazy thing with this lock. So here's the key, which was in the door here. And so I was able to open the door, which then locks automatically. And so I was looking at it and couldn't find a way to unlock it from this side. And there doesn't seem to be a latch. And so I took the key out and then closed it, thinking, okay, I have the key so that I can open it from this side, just kind of curious to see what was going to happen. But then I went to unlock it after it is closed and locked, and this is what happened. This key, although it works in both of the keyholes there, on this side, it deadbolts it from the inside. Whereas from this side, then, oh, okay, it actually deadbolts it there. Okay, so it opens it that way, that latch, and then if you turn it the other direction, it deadbolts it. Maybe I missed something, let's see, because it must have gone the other way. See, now that doesn't open that. That does that, does that. Yeah, so from this side, that does not unlock. In other words, once I close this door, even though I have the key, I was locked inside. This is insane. And it doesn't work. There's like a hole right here. That doesn't do anything. So the only way that I was able to unlock it was once this was closed, and I'm not going to do it again, even though it should work the second time, is I was able to take this key and put it in there and then force that open like this, and then that opened it up. What a totally idiotic lock. What the hell? Okay, anyways. Pardon me for being a little bit sacrilegious inside a church, but it's their fault for creating a utterly absurd lock. I do not understand that one. Okay, so there's my accommodation and my bike right there and some annoyed dogs. A great shot of the town, the church on the hill that I'm going to stop obsessing over trying to get to for now anyways, and then another little church on the hill there. My room is straight back up that way, and here a much larger church. So let's take a quick look, see if this one happens to be open. A beautiful one. I love the style. We have the blue and the white. I cannot believe that that church locks you in, even if you have the key. Just unbelievable. What have we got here? Ooh, another lock in the door. All right. Oh, wow. Now what's the deal with this one? It looks like this one might lock you in as well if it closes. I do not get it. I'm not going to close the door this time. All right, some nice paintings. Wow, look at this one. What exactly does that depict? Somebody saving someone from the waters. People on a boating mission. Are they apostles? Could one of them be John of Patmos? Saint John, who wrote the book of Revelation on Patmos Island? Interesting. All right, let's head for a beach. Looks like a little boat coming over from Femina. It's only 5 minutes away, but a bit too much of a swim. Nice beach down there. I think that is one that I went to the last time. And then again, Thimina and another smaller separate islet there. And beyond you can see Ikaria, which I've been to before, but that is where I will take the ferry if I take the one tomorrow afternoon over to Ikaria. There are so many randomly placed Greek churches on this island. This one looks like it might have been newly constructed. It's actually kind of still under construction. The mystery continues. I've mentioned this 100 times and gotten 100 different answers as to why, and still don't fully understand it, but it is one of the things that I like about Greece. All the random churches in weird locations, oftentimes very hard to get to locations. Just part of the fun and adventure and mystery of Greece. I have no idea where this road is going. There's one good way to find out. I love that sound. It means it's summer in Greece, and you are there, experiencing it. And I am very happy to be here. So I came to the end of the road where there is a little settlement and beautiful looking water and a cat, and there is a good sign up ahead. And the good sign is beach. All right, all right, all right. Curious to see what this beach is like. Going to be a little bit of an intense hike to get down there by the looks of it. And it is looking like a nice one. Wow, this bay is just unreal. The water is amazing. And so there's a choice of a cute little beach there, or a slightly larger but all around nicer looking beach there. Looks like I'm the only one here. A couple was just leaving when I was parking there. And then you could also just jump off the rocks if you want, and lots of places to just swim around. So yeah, I didn't know where I was going. I just went to the end of the road and in a direction that I don't think that I had come the last time, and just lucked out because this is seriously ultimate. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, that water is so nice. It is still definitely pretty cold though, but crystal clear. Just what I love about Greece. So things today definitely did not go as planned, but they still worked out pretty dang sweet. So can't complain too much. Looks like I'm not going to be adding my 75th Greek island for now, unless I go to another one in the next few days or whatever. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be in Greece, considering a number of options. I could be in another country soon, we shall see. But I think that I'm going to wrap up this video here, end the exploring here, and after relaxing for a bit, head back to my room for the rest of the afternoon and take a break. So tomorrow, most likely taking the ferry over to Ikaria, and then I will need to decide if I'm going to explore there further, or one reason that I'm going there is an airport, and so possibly catch a flight out, we shall see. So more coming from somewhere.